In 7.5, we're going to look at fraction addition and subtraction. So your objective is to use pattern blocks to add and subtract fractions. So the math message for today is, if the hexagon pattern block is the whole, what fractions are represented by the trapezoid, the rhombus, and the triangle? Hopefully you're realizing by now that the trapezoid, that it takes two of those in order to work to fill the complete space of the hexagon. So the trapezoid is worth half because it takes two halves to fill it up. You should also notice by now that of our rhombus, that it takes three of those to fill up that same spot. So that is a third. And our triangle, the final one, when used in order to fill it up, it is worth a sixth, because it'll take 6 of those to fill up that hexagon. So again, this is just telling you what I just said. The trapezoid represents a half, the rhombus represents a third, and the triangle represents 1/6. Those fractions here are showing you that 1/2 plus 1/3 plus a 6 is going to equal that whole hexagon. And you're going to learn how to use pattern blocks to do fraction addition and subtraction problems. For all the activities, the hexagon pattern block represents the whole, or the one. So use pattern blocks on your desk and work through these fraction addition problems. All right, so 2/6 plus 1/6. Remember, when adding, we have to make sure that our denominators are the same. So we have a 6 and a 6 here. And also remember that stays the same for our denominator number. And so what we're really doing is only adding the top. So go ahead and do the 2 plus 1 equals, and now your denominator, and you should have realized that 2/6 plus 1/6 equals 3/6, or a half, because anytime the top number is half of the bottom number, that fraction is also a half. So do the next one. Hopefully you realize that 1/6 plus 3/6 equals 4/6, or 2/3, because half of 4 is 2 and half of 6 is 3. Or 2 triangles equals 1 rhombus. That is why 4/6 is the same as 2/3. Again, do the next one. 1/3 plus 1/3 should be pretty easy by now, is 2/3. This gets a little trickier now, because now you're noticing that there are different denominators. But still think of 2/3 equals how many sixths? Think of your triangles. So you should know that it equals 4/6. So 4/6 plus 1/6 equals 5/6. Again, you should be thinking about using your shapes, your pattern blocks, that if we do 1/3 plus 1/2, you should be realizing that both of those can be made into sixths, and you will have 5/6. And then 5/6 plus 1/3, again we're changing that, that should equal 7/6, or 1 1/6. It's 1 1/6 because 6/6 would equal a whole, and there'd be 1/6 left over. So modeling with fraction and pattern blocks, I want you to see here, looking down here at the bottom, if you use these shapes to figure out your answers, 5/6 minus 2/3. That's the problem they're posing to you up here. So they're showing you this down below is what 5/6 looks like. And with your pattern blocks, this is 2/3. So what part of the shape is not covered? hopefully if you lay that over top, you're seeing this. If I were to move this over there, this shape would take up approximately all but 1/6 of what's left. So that is going to equal 1/6 if I have 5/6 minus 2/3. Again, 5/6, we know that the 6th, sorry about that, we know that the 6th is represented by the triangles because there was 6, 6 in order to use that. The remaining blocks would represent the difference. So let's try these real quickly together. 5/6 minus 2/6 equals what? Again, we subtract the numerators. 5 minus 2 is 3. Denominator stays the same. 6 is 3/6, or again a half. 2/3 minus a half, use your pattern blocks to figure this out. You should know that 2/3 is going to equal 4/6, and 1/2 is going to equal 3/6. So 4/6 minus 3/6 is going to give me 1/6. Again, 2/3 is going to equal 4/6. So 4/6 minus 1/6 is 3/6, or a half. 1/2 minus 1/3. Hopefully you're seeing again that equals 3/6 minus 2/6. You should have 1/6 left. 1.5 minus 2/3. Again, this would be 6/6 7/6 minus 4/6. I'm sorry. 6 equals 5/6. And 1 1/3 minus 5/6 using your pattern blocks is going to leave you left with 3/6, or a half. Go ahead and use the pattern blocks to find the fractions that add up to your 1 whole. And again, your 1 whole is just your hexagon. This hasn't changed. So draw lines to show the blocks you used. You may actually use your pattern blocks, lay them on there, and then label them. So what this is showing here in this first one is we know the triangles equal 1/6. So each triangle is a 6, so we put 1/6 plus 1/6. We know each rhombus is equal to 1/3, so notice how I'm writing each fraction to make sure when I go to write them down here, I have 4 shapes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 4 numbers or fractions, 1, 2, 3, 4, to equal my whole. So try to do different ones to show how you got it by writing your number model on the line. Be sure to solve using pattern blocks or any other method on the lower one. What I'm going to show you real quickly is another way to do this is, you remember when I said earlier that if you have 2 different denominators, you want to make your denominators the same to figure them out. I always like to take the larger number because it's quicker. So if I have a 3 and a 6 for a denominator, I know that 3 times something will equal 6. So I'm going to change this one on this side. And whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. So how does 3 become the 6? I have to multiply by 2. Now I'm going to do that same thing to the top number. How does 2 become 6? How did 3 become 6? Times 2. So I timesed it by 2 with the denominator. I times it by 2 with the numerator. It is 4/6. Now that I have that figured out and I have 2 fractions with the same denominator, I can finish my work. 4 minus 1 is 3, and my denominator stays the same, 6, which also equals half. That is just another method you may use to figure out your answers. Go ahead and work on the study link. Pay close attention to what your whole is, and good luck.